G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've got a big one today. Today I'm going to be testing the accuracy of the Square Golf launch monitor versus the GC3. The GC3, as everyone knows, is arguably the gold standard for home golf simulators for ball data. So what I want to do today is I want to test the GC3 with the official Square golf ball and then hit some shots with the Square golf launch monitor on their range, because I have seen a few things with ball data that's a little bit of a cause for concern with the Square Golf launch monitor. And this is exactly why I wait to do my review, my final review. I like to gather all the data, use the device over a long period of time before ultimately, coming up with my review. So what I will caveat this video with is the Square Golf launch monitor has only just been released. And I mean, that's no excuse for not having, good ball data straight off the bat, but updates do happen to all these devices, just like we saw with the iMini, just like we've seen with other devices that have come out. Sometimes ball data is inaccurate and they get better over time with testing by the community. That is not an excuse though, because realistically, we've paid a lot of money for these devices. They should work. Okay, so we're going to start this test off with our little 67-yard pitch shots. The metrics we'll be looking at today are backspin, side spin. Side spin is one that I know spin axis is the actual term, but the Square Golf launch monitor uses side spin. So we'll be able to actually, see a figure. So backspin, side spin, horizontal launch angle, vertical launch angle, and ball speed. Those are the 5 metrics we're really going to be paying attention to today. 67-yard shot to start off with. Okay, so carried at 70. Not a bad shot. I am using the Square Golf golf ball for this as well. So the golf ball is going to be the same in both tests. Oh, I pulled that one. Not a good shot. It's gone 74. Was a definite pull by me. Okay, not a bad shot. Try and go a tiny bit shorter. Try and carry it around that 67. That's the number. There we go. Lovely shot. 67 yards. Okay, we can see side spin 335. Backspin we've had 8793. So yeah, that was a good shot. Ball speed 62.6. That's going to be a good shot for a reference shot. That was a nice shot as well. So you can see there, 8749 for the backspin, pretty much a dead straight shot, or 47 right spin, carried 69.6, 63.9 ball speed. Okay, not a bad shot. So that one there, it's saying it went dead straight. So 0 side spin, 8829 for the backspin, carry of 66, 61.9 ball speed. Okay, so that was a 67-yard shot. We are now going to go to pitching wedge. So pitching wedge, GC3 with the Square Golf Saint 9 golf ball. Okay, not a bad shot. Was actually a really good shot. We've had 104.8 for the ball speed, 9,000 spin, 135 carry, call it, 296 draw spin, and it started slightly right. So not a bad shot. It was pretty good for the data. It's what I kind of expect. These golf balls are not going to go as far as my TP5X golf balls that I play. So I think for the golf ball, that data all looks perfect. I forgot to say this as well at the start of the video. The reason I'm not doing this test side by side, these units interfere with each other. The Square Golf launch monitor is very, very susceptible to interference from other camera-based IR units. I've tried to test it with all of these devices. It doesn't work. So that's why I'm doing this test side by side. That honestly is a good baseline pitching wedge for the GC3. Okay, we've had another one. Not a bad shot again. We've had 637 left spin there, a bit more of a draw. 9,000 for the spin, or 8977, 137 yards carry. All of that data looks good. VLA 24.3. I will put all the data on screen at the end so you guys can see the, have a direct comparison. Okay. 103 for ball speed, 9149 for the backspin, and yeah, all of that data looks good. Again, for the ball, that's what I would expect from this golf ball. It is a high spinning golf ball, and so therefore it's going to go a little bit shorter than I'm used to. Okay, definitely pulled that a little bit. So it started quite straight, but I just overdrew it. So 635 for the left spin. That was a bad shot for me. I felt like that was a bad shot. And so I guess I'm not going to say that's as bad as I'm going to hit a pitching wedge for like having, you know, that curvature, but that's going to be pretty close. 635 left spin is quite a lot. So that's going to be, I guess, the worst left spin I would expect. Okay. Not a bad shot. I'd take it on course. We've had 49 for a right spin, so it's pretty much dead straight. 9,000 for the backspin. Again, around that 24 VLA. I pushed it a little bit, 2 degrees right. Okay, we'll go one more for the pitching wedge. Oh, not the best strike, but it'll work out. I hit it a little bit skinny, so you can see the spin kick up a little bit, carry distance go a little bit shorter, ball speed drop off. That's exactly what I would expect from that shot. So that looks good. That is the pitching wedge in the bag. Okay, 7-iron time. These should carry about 170 to 175 with this golf ball. Spin rates I'd expect around 6,000. Okay. Not a bad opening shot. We've had 123, call it, for the ball speed, 6,140 for the backspin, 174 carry, 335 side spin, draw spin. So it was a push draw. It was a perfect push draw, and that was a nice shot to open with. Oh, that was horrendous. That was towed and duffed. So that was my duff toe shot. You can see ball speed drop off dramatically. Total spin, we've had 5.8. Side spin, we've had 412 to the left. So that is a bad shot. We've had 412 left side spin. You've seen the shot, but what I'll do just for data's sake is I will just take that shot out because it was a really bad duff shot. Oh, that was flush. That was a really nice shot. So that was more out the middle. You can see the spin absolutely kick up. So we've had 6,700 now for spin, for backspin. Ball speed's the same, around 122. Carry distance as a result is a little bit shorter. It was pretty much dead straight, 73 right spin. Okay, that was another nice shot. 123 for ball speed, 6,470 for the backspin, 172 carry. Okay, really nice one there to end with. We've had 122.5 ball speed. Spin, we had 6.2. Side spin, 101 to the right. So pretty much, I mean, almost dead straight, a baby fade. 173 for carry distance. So yeah, that is the 7-iron in the bag. And a pretty good set, to be honest. I've just noticed I've only hit 4 shots, but I mean, look, the data is going to be consistent with this unit, and I was really happy with those strikes, so I'm going to call that set complete. Okay, let's go to 4-iron. 4-irons, what would I expect out of this golf ball? I'm going to say around 215 carry, maybe just short of that. Around 4,500 spin on a solid shot. Ball speeds, I'll be looking anywhere from 137 to 141. Okay, not a bad shot. We've had a baby draw. It wasn't the best strike. Ball speed 137.5, carry distance 213, spin 3.9. That just shows you I didn't hit it perfect. Yeah, 259 left spin. So pretty neutral shot. A little bit toe side. So again, not the best strike, but I mean a really good shot. 137 ball speed. 213 for the carry, 4,000 for the spin, a baby draw, pretty much a dead straight shot. Again, slightly toe side, causing that gear effect draw. We've had 557 for a left side spin, 3,758 for the backspin, 136 for the ball speed. So on that strike, that is what I would expect. I'll leave it in because it wasn't horrendous, but it was just not perfect. Okay, still toe side, but better. So that was a better strike. 138.6 ball speed, 215 for the carry, pretty much 4,000 backspin. So it's pretty much exactly what we expect. 14 degrees of launch. That is not a bad shot. These are my first swings of the day, so I will be warming up. So I might get a little bit quicker towards the end, but I'll try and keep it the same speed throughout the whole test. Block that one. Bit of a block draw. 4-2 for the backspin, 137 for ball speed. A baby draw, so 92 left spin, so it's just coming back. Not a bad shot. We'll hit one more 4-iron. Okay, little heel side that time, which is gearing the ball right. 138 for ball speed, 4-1-6-2 for the backspin, 319 right spin. So I guess the thing to highlight is the side spin values. Even though I've hit a few bad shots there, a few good shots, the actual spin values, the side spin values, aren't that far away. So the biggest one we had was 552 left. All of them have been pretty consistently draws, apart from that heel strike, which was a gear effect fade. So that is the 4-iron set with the GC3. And I know it still says 7-iron. That has no effect on the actual data collected. Okay, let's go to the big dog. Now with this golf ball, I would expect around 160 for ball speed, the way I'm feeling this morning, around 160 ball speed. Backspin, I'm gonna say is gonna be around maybe 2,600. It will spin a little bit more than my TP5X. And then for VLA, we're looking anywhere from 12 to 14, which would be ideal for me. Okay, that was a massive toe strike. Not a good swing. First driver swing of the day. You can see the data there. I'll leave that shot in so you guys can see it. Horrendous shot. Side spin there, 562 left. I will delete it out of the data set, but you guys have seen that. I need to warm up a bit. Okay, that's my breakfast ball off the first. Okay, not a bad shot. We've had 160 for ball speed as expected, 2,200 for the backspin. So pretty good spin numbers, VLA 12.6 where we'd expect, and that looks good for carry distance. So yeah, first drive in the bag. Okay, that one's right. A little bit of a block. Not a bad shot though. 2.5 for the backspin. That's more like what we'd expect from this golf ball. 161 for ball speed. And yeah, all of that data looks good from that shot. Okay, another one. Not a bad shot. 160, call it for the ball speed. 2.5 for the backspin. That's going to be, I mean, that's baseline numbers. Good launch numbers, just under 14 degrees. That's pretty much a perfect shot. Okay, toe strike there. Tried to swing a little bit harder, and that was a bad swing. So, negative 822 for left spin. That is going to be pretty much the biggest hook I'd say I'm going to hit. We'll leave it in because we can't take every bad shot out. I want to leave in a big miss so we can get like a maximum deviation left and right, I guess. Because with spin axis, when I test the square, I've been seeing a few shots that are way left and way right. So horrendous shot. That's going to be, I'm going to say, the worst I'm going to hit a driver. And that's negative 822 left spin. Okay, not a bad swing. Starting to get warmed up a little bit. Good spin numbers, good VLA, better ball speed. All of that looks good. Okay, that is the driver for the GC3. Let me now set up the square, get it aligned, and do that test again. All right, I finally have this square golf launch monitor up and running. I did fight I tried so hard to get it connected to GS Pro. What I will say is I'm having trouble with the Square Golf launch monitor connecting it to my PC. When I first got this thing, I initially booted it up, connected it to the PC, no issues. When I started using the third-party connector, version 9.3, I think it is, or 0.9.3, that is where I started to have issues, and now I cannot get the thing connected to my computer. So I wanted to test this unit in GS Pro, however I can't. So this is actually running on my iPad, and what I've done is I've screen mirrored it to my PC so I can record this video. So the graphics quality that you see from the actual, on the Square Golf there isn't going to be as good as when you get this connected to your PC. It's going to look really sharp. So keep that in mind, but I've finally got it connected somehow. So I'm going to do the exact same test now. I've been able to play 9 holes on GS Pro with this unit, and then since then I haven't got it connected. I have reached out to Square, I've told them the issues I'm having, and they said move the unit closer to your computer, which I did. I put it literally against the Bluetooth, dongle, the receivers, and it still wouldn't connect. So I'm having issues. That's my experience. Not everyone's going to have that experience, but that's my experience with the PC connection so far. Hopefully that gets resolved really quick because I do want to play some holes on GS Pro with this unit. Okay, we're at the range. Let's start with our 67-yard shots. And for reference, I will put up all of the data there along the bottom so you guys can see the averages from the Foresight. Before I get started hitting these shots, what I will say, the Foresight data was very close. The highs and lows were very close, the deviation. So these shots, for instance, the actual ball speed I had was 64, total distance, carry distance ended up at being 69.5. You can see all the average metrics there along the bottom of the screen. But yeah, those are the average metrics. So hopefully we're going to get spin and also side spin in that same window. Those are, I guess, the two metrics that I'm questioning. I've done a lot of testing with this unit, and so far ball speed, vertical launch angle, horizontal launch angle have all been fantastic. I have seen some issues with backspin and also side spin or spin axis, unfortunately. So 67-yard shot. Might be a little bit short. Yeah, that's 58, so that's almost 60 yards. You can see there 500 right spin. Backspin numbers look pretty good. We'll keep an eye on that side spin number. Okay, so we've had 6, that was a little bit longer, 668 for a right spin. In terms of all the other metrics though, they all look good. Let's actually carry it 67 now. Okay, so we've had a shot there that carried 71. So this will be a good reference shot. What you can see is the spin we've had is 9,700. Side spin was 0. So to me, yes, you can hit a 0 side spin shot, but what you'll see throughout this test is we do get a lot of 0 side spins. And for me, that's when the unit has actually not been able to capture the spin, the side spin or the spin axis. So to me, that was a misread, and it's missed the actual spin axis of the golf ball. And the other thing I've noticed comparing this to the GC3 is that the actual backspin numbers are actually slightly higher as well. So 9,700 there, where the most spin we had with the Foresight was 94.74. So that's, I guess, something to be aware of. But we'll keep going with the test. Okay, not a bad shot there. So pretty good for carry distance that I was trying to hit. Again, vertical launch angle, horizontal launch angle, ball speeds all look good. And that, I've got to say, the backspin and the spin axis look really good. Okay, we've had a little draw there, which is, I'm not going to say rare, but I did hit that one a little bit harder, but okay, that one there's had a left 680 spin, which is quite a big draw for a little shot like this. For reference, if we look at the Foresight, the biggest draw we had was 144. The biggest fade we had was 335, so that's quite a big draw. Okay, that was a nice shot. More around the target yardage we were going for. 9,500 spin, 500 right spin. So all of these shots, they are definitely within the realms of possibility. I'm not saying it's not accurate. They are definitely within the realms. It's just if you look at my data from the Foresight, the windows are a lot tighter. Okay, that one there. See, to me, that's a 70-yard shot and it's registering as 10,000 backspin, which for me is, I mean, that is, I don't think that's correct, if I'm honest. That is a lot of spin for a short shot like this. But again, it's not outside the realms of possibility, but to me, that's a lot of backspin. That one there, that looks like legit numbers to me there. 9,300 essentially backspin, little baby fade, ball speed's good, vertical launch angle really good, horizontal launch angle's perfect. So that right there is a legit shot. That looks good. Okay, that one there, I'm going to say that was a misread because 835 right spin is just too much. That is not, it didn't do that. So I'm going to call the spin axis there a misread. Backspin numbers, they look okay. And then all of the other data is good. Now it's saying 330 left, which again, that is well within possibility. It could have definitely done that. All of the other data looks good. Another thing I want to talk about is because I'm not comparing these two units on the same software, I'm not going to focus on carry distance. I'm going to reference it, I'm going to look at it, but ultimately carry distance is just going to come from the algorithm of each software. So at the end of the day, carry distance realistically does not really matter between different softwares. The thing that matters are the metrics that end up producing the carry distance in the software. So those are the ball speed, vertical launch angle, backspin, spin axis, all of those things tie in, and ultimately, you know, that's what the software is going to take, and that's what they're going to base their carry distance on. So all different softwares are going to have different algorithms of what they think the ball is going to do and how far it's going to carry based on those metrics. So that's what I'm focusing on today, is the actual raw metrics. Okay, let's hit one more shot at 67 yards, carry. And that one there, not a bad shot. Pretty good for carry distance. Side spin 500 right. I mean, that's quite a lot of side spin, isn't it? If you look at what I was doing on the GC3, and yeah, like I said, the biggest fade I had was 335. The biggest draw I had was 144. So we're seeing a lot more dispersion right and left, I guess is the best way of saying it. Also with the spin numbers, we're seeing a lot more highs and lows. So the difference between the lowest spin value and the highest spin value, I had a 10,000 RPM spin on one of them, and I think 8,800 was my lowest spin. So you're seeing a lot of it, you know, deviation between the actual spin numbers, whereas the backspin on the Foresight was a lot tighter. Okay, let's move on to pitching wedge, and yeah, we'll see how we go. The good thing about spending 45 minutes trying to connect this unit to my PC is that I'm actually cooled down. So my swing speed should be pretty similar to when I hit balls with the GC3. Okay, as always, numbers are along the bottom. So we've got ball speed, an average of 104. Backspin numbers, we've got 9,000. Side spin numbers, 311. But if you look there, you've had a couple of big draws. This is why average numbers aren't the best. Had a couple of big draws there. So the biggest draw I hit was 637 left spin. The biggest fade I hit was 152, so it's showing a lot more of a draw, you know, with the Foresight, which is what I generally tend to hit outdoors. Okay, not a bad shot to start with, but what you can see is we've had that side spin of 0 again. Like I said, 0 to me is a misread because it hasn't been able to capture the actual spin axis or side spin of the ball. All of the other data there, though, looks really good. We've had 9,350 for the spin, which if we look at the Foresight data, yeah, I mean, that ties in perfectly. So yes, that looks legit. It just didn't capture the side spin there. Okay, that was a nice shot. hammered that one. We've had a little bit of a baby draw, which is legit. Spin numbers are 8,700 now. Ball speed's 106, which is, yep, that ties in for a solid shot for me. I will be around that 106, 105. Looking at the data, 8,700 spin. So that is the lowest spinning shot I've had so far. The lowest spinning one I had with the Foresight was 8,999. No, 8,924. So that is the lowest spinning pitching wedge I've hit so far in the test. Again, nice shot. So that, very similar shots to me, those last two. One of them's had 9,700 spin. The other one's had, what was the last one? 8,000, whatever it was. Deviation is huge. Very similar shots, both the same ball speed, both the same, you know, VLA, HLA, all of the very similar, really nice shots. But one of them had what, almost 1,000 more spin than the other, which has only led to a couple of yards in this software, but okay, not a bad shot. So we're seeing 9,700 again for the spin, which makes me think that the previous shot that was 8,700, maybe that was a misread. And now these are correct, being 9,700 for this unit. But if we look at the spin rates from the Foresight, we had around 9,000 pretty consistently. The biggest spin number we had was 9,350. Spin axis looks good though. And all of the other data looks good as well. That was a nice shot. So again, solid shot. 104.5 ball speed, 9,500 backspin, baby draw. I mean, that looks good. All of the other data there looks good. Oh, not the best swing. We got away with it. And yeah, I mean, look, all of that data looks good. The draw looks legit. That's exactly what it felt like. So yeah. Okay, we've had a misread. So that one there saying we've had 1,000 draw spin, which, I mean, it's just not correct. So that was definitely a misread on the spin axis, and well, the backspin, it's lower than I would expect. But if a ball is drawing that much, it's not going to have a lot of backspin. So I think what's happened there is the spin axis read incorrectly, which influenced the backspin number to be lower. So yeah, that was definitely a misread. 100% a misread. We'll go one more pitching wedge and then we'll go to 7. Okay, and we've had another massive draw. I mean, that's even worse. So 1,500 there for the left spin. So yeah, that's definitely a misread. Okay, we'll go one more. We'll try and finish on an accurate one. Okay, that was a nice one to finish on. Backspin though, 9,800, that's a lot of backspin. I did leave the face open, so it would have had a bit more backspin, but even still, 9,800 is definitely a lot higher than the highest one we saw with the Foresight. Okay, 7-iron time. That was such a nice swing. That was perfect. 6,200 for backspin, baby draw, 124 ball speed, 19 degrees launch angle. That is a perfect 7-iron for me. Looking at the data from the Foresight, 122.5 for the ball speed. I'm probably speeding up a little bit as I'm warming up through the day. Looking at backspin numbers, we had 6,393 for an average, but that falls in perfectly to where I would expect it, around 6,200. Baby draw, we had baby draws from the Foresight. Left 335 was the biggest left, and then 101 right was the biggest right. Oh, that was a duff. Horrible shot. Not a good shot. But looking at the data, it all looks good. It was a duff shot, so ball speed's down. It would have geared left, so I have to trust that. That was accurate. That was just a bad swing. That was nice. Okay. That wasn't fading. I'm going to say that now. To me, That was not fading. That was going to be a draw. So 501 right spin, that just doesn't check out with what my feels were at all. I felt like I was hitting a draw. So if we tear that apart, we've had 6,800 for a backspin, which is quite high, but it's still within the realms of possibility. For a fade shot, that's probably correct. I think it's got the spin axis incorrect there, because to me that was not a fade, especially 501. That's quite a big fade where it really did not feel like that. Okay, again, 668 right. That's just, to me, that's not correct. It's not correct. It really did not feel like a big fade. I'm going to have to say that's a misread. Okay, now I've had 668 draw spin. I didn't hit it perfect. I did toe it, so I have to say that, look, I'm going to say that's a correct read to how it felt. I did toe it slightly, and so we got that gear effect, you know, exaggerating my natural draw. So, yeah, I've got to say that's a good read there. That was a nice swing. See, that is what it felt like. So, baby draw, 6,000 RPM, 123 ball speed. That is good. That was a good read. Those fades, those big fades, I'm going to say definite misreads on spin axis, and also backspin I think was a bit high, but I think the culprit there was the spin axis. It definitely missed two that were too far to the right. Let's hit one more 7-iron and then I'll move to 4-iron. That was perfect. No, that's incorrect. It wasn't doing that. Spin number's way too high. That's a misread. And that 501 right, it's not correct. That's ball speed, horizontal, vertical launch angle, all good. Spin and spin axis there, no good. So very interesting. Ball speeds, again, like I've been saying the whole test, ball speeds, horizontal, vertical launch angle, perfect. Spin rates, I'm seeing massive lows and massive, well, not massive lows, but I'm seeing lows and I'm seeing massive highs. We've gone, I think one of them was 6,000, that one was 7,355. Massive deviation in backspin numbers. If you look at the Foresight, yes, I only hit 4 shots, but the spin numbers were a lot tighter. And you can watch me hit golf balls on my YouTube channel. Spin numbers and numbers are generally quite tight. To me, the Foresight is reading them correctly. I feel like backspin numbers, there's massive highs and lows, and it really, I'm only hitting a handful of shots here, but you can already see the massive highs and lows in backspin values. Also, side spin values. So spin axis or side spin, I've had a few misreads with spin axis or side spin with the square. And I believe I had 3 there. They were all big fades. To me, those shots did not feel like fades at all. They were either straight or drawing. So I definitely had a few misreads there with this spin axis. Okay, let's go to 4-iron. What we're expecting out of this is around 137. I have warmed up a bit. When I get warmed up, I'm around 140 ball speed with my 4-iron. Backspin values, we should be seeing around 4,000. Side spin, you can see there, max left I had was 557. Max right I've had is 319 with the Foresight. So again, pretty tight window. Vertical launch angle around 14. So yeah, all of that data. Oh, I towed it. Not a bad shot. All of that data looks pretty good. We've had 4,500 backspin, a little bit of a baby draw, 137 ball speed. Yeah, I mean, that shot there looks legit. Everything read correctly, in my opinion. That was perfect. No, I hit that so good. That was a laser. I absolutely flushed that. And it's saying we've had a left 1,673 spin, which is completely incorrect. That was such a flushed 4-iron. So that is a huge misread on spin axis. Huge misread. Oh, not the best strike. What I'm starting to wonder, all of that data looks good by the way, what I'm starting to wonder is with the actual hitting area that I see from the square, is it actually that big? Because the previous shot that misread incorrectly, I had it more in this top left-hand bit of the box, around there. Whereas I don't know whether the actual where you put it in the box influences the data. It shouldn't. I mean, theoretically, they've got that box there so you can hit anywhere in it. But yeah, I don't know. Might be something to test in a later video. Oh, that was almost a shank. That was not good. It's got it as a draw. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It definitely wasn't a good strike. I heeled that bad. It felt like it was going to go right with a fade. So to see it draw, I don't know about that. I've gotten away with one. Flush. That was pure. So I've had 3,600 backspin, baby draw. All of that data looks good, but again, what was our low spin with the Foresight? We've had 3,949. So again, we're seeing lower spin values and higher spin values. The deviation just isn't as tight, which again could be me. I'm not a robot, but I'm seeing that consistently across every iron that I hit. Nice swing. We've had a side spin of 0, which to me, I'd say that's missed the spin axis. Backspin numbers 4,500 now. So again, we've jumped up. But yeah, I'd say it's missed the side spin there. Flush. Oh, look. Again, I'd say it's more than likely missed the side spin value. All the other data there, though, looks perfect. So in terms of ball speed, launch direction, vertical launch, backspin, all of that looks really good. But I'd say it's missed the actual side spin. Oh, flush that. See, look, 5,000 backspin. I don't know about that. To me, the backspin number is too high. That's the 4-iron set. We definitely had a few misreads in there. The worst one was that 1,600 left spin. Our backspin numbers, I keep harping on about it, but we're seeing massive lows and massive highs. 5,000 backspin for a 4-iron that's not correct. That was definitely a misread. So we are, in my opinion, so far in this test, we've seen quite a few misreads and also missed metrics from this unit. But hey, let's hit some drivers and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, the big dog is out. We should be seeing around that 161 ball speed. We should be seeing roughly 2,300 for the backspin, and then for VLA, anywhere from 12 to 14 degrees. Look at the side spin there. We had that massive hook of 822, but then apart from that, they were all pretty straight with the Foresight. Straight-ish. So we've had 1.59 ball speed. Yep, checks out. 2,300 for spin, baby draw, 15 degrees launch. I did get under it a bit, so that is correct. That all looks good. Flushed. Really nice drive. All of that data looks perfect. Vertical launch is good, ball speed's good, backspin, side spin, all of that is perfect. Oh, got under it a little bit. So I'm going to say that checks out. Vertical launch angle's good. I did get a bit stuck, hit a little bit higher, a bit more from the inside. So I'm going to say all of that metrics there, all of those metrics are good. That is exactly what the shot did. Towed it. Okay, that should be hooking. It's missed the spin axis and it's gone dead straight. So that was definitely a toe hook gear effect, and the ball just didn't come back. It just stayed straight. So to me, the unit just missed the spin axis there. Not a bad shot. Yep, again, all of that data looks good. Baby draw, 2,300 for the spin, 159, call it for ball speed. That's pretty much where I'd expect. Okay. 500 right spin. I mean, yeah, look. Again, I'm not perfect, so I've got to say it's not an obvious misread, so you've got to take it for what it is. That, I've got to say, was accurate. I would love to be able to test this unit side by side at the same time as the Pro T or the GC3, the iMini, but unfortunately, this unit is so susceptible to interference from other IR devices, so I just can't do it. I just can't do it, unfortunately. Okay, we've had a misread. That was 100% a misread. That felt like a really nice shot, And it's just sent it with 1,000 left spin. So yeah, that felt like a really nice swing. That was a nice swing. And look, 668 left spin, I've got to say that is accurate. Backspin numbers though, 3,000? I don't think so. It was a nice strike. It's had a draw. So if anything, spin numbers should be coming down. To me, backspin values there are just too high. For that shot shape, the way that felt, backspin numbers are too high. Let's go one more drive. Really nice strike. No, that's wrong. That was the best drive I've hit so far. To me, that wasn't fading, and 3,000 backspin is too high. So I'm going to say that's a misread for spin axis and backspin there. Okay, that was the test between the GC3 and the Square Golf launch monitor. What I'll say is I would love to test these units side by side, but the interference is real. As soon as I did that, I was seeing massive wild spin axis with the Square Golf launch monitor. So I don't think that is a fair test. Today, what I've done is probably the fairest test that I can do for this unit. But even then, it's open to interpretation by me. So, I mean, yes, I'm a decent golfer, but my feels can sometimes be wrong, as we've seen with the Pro T VX. It's so interesting getting the Pro T because I feel like I'm hitting the ball somewhere and then I can see the video and visually see that I'm not hitting it there. So this is just my opinion, but I think we've had a few shots there that were misreads, and obvious misreads. The one that went thousands of, RPM to the left, incorrect. That last drive I hit, incorrect, in my opinion. There were definitely a few missed metrics as well. The biggest metric that I saw being missed was side spin when it came up with 0. And also the backspin values, to me, need to be tightened. I can see a lot of variance between the spins. You've got some that spin real low, you've got some that spin real high. Whereas with my Foresight, with my Pro T, with my iMini, the spin values that I hit consistently day to day are quite tight. Definitely seeing a few misreads and missed metrics by this unit across the board. In terms of ball speed, HLA and VLA, so the horizontal and vertical launch angles, those values all seemed really good from this unit. The issues that I had there were the backspin and also the side spin, the spin axis. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys got a lot out of that. If you did, let me know. If you want to see other tests, let me know in the comment section below. This is the first release for this launch monitor, so things are going to get better as we progress, but I need to review a launch monitor as I see it the day of my review. I can't, wait or, think or hope that it's going to get fixed. This is how the launch monitor is performing the day that I'm filming this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. Any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.